get things going. So it looks like we are live. We are streaming
Nice.
now,
Okay.
and looks like we got all green. Clear that up. Still waiting for our participants, our panel.
It works through LinkedIn as well, doesn't it? Directly.
Yes, it's currently green lit for LinkedIn as well.
Nice.
So now the LinkedIn piece shows the option to join.
Oh, okay.
So let me see here what happens when we join. Okay. We're a bit delayed on the LinkedIn piece. I
Five
left.
seconds
Could
ago.
you could you hear that?
I just yeah, the little delay, right?
Yeah. I have it's still showing up. Click to join the live link. Add to the stage.
Have I done it?
How's it going? How's it going?
We can hear you. You're good.
Hey man, how's it going? Let me brighten up a little bit. Hey guys, how's it going?
Not bad, not bad. Good to see you.
You too, man.
Hey, hey. Yeah, I just this we were just talking about this is our first time uh going live stream and don't know about yourself, Jamie, but we're just playing with new technology. So I'm right now looking at LinkedIn to see how things are going. And I do like that if you guys have it open on another page, you can see it. It's lagging, but you can see it playing in the background.
Oh, so I'd have to mute that panel.
Yeah, well, I logged out. I didn't join. I'm just looking at it. But all three of our faces are on there right now.
Okay. Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
good
So
I've
start.
noticed the delay as well.
It's a
good
good
deal.
start. If I open that, my computer's going to crash. I'm not even going to risk it.
Well, don't do it. Don't do it.
I have the most useless computer, my gosh.
The only thing I'm not 100% sure about is in the event we have comments, how that'll show up if we're not concurrently logged in.
On the LinkedIn page, it's got a space for the comment, so I can comment from my LinkedIn account as well.
Perfect. That I'm a panelist, so whatever you need me to do.
Happy Halloween, by the way.
Happy
Yeah.
Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
And it
Any
fell
Halloween?
on an I was gonna say it fell on an opportune weekend because our clocks are being set back. Or you guys have already
Yeah,
done
that was
it,
the
and we
confusion.
Yep.
That was
Yep.
the confusion we were having.
and we will be doing this on this upcoming Sunday, which is still strange to me. I don't even pretend to understand the method to the madness, but there's some states and there's some countries that don't adhere to it.
Yeah, it got confusing because we think the world revolves around England. So when I saw the time, I was like, oh wait, your clocks haven't gone back either.
It's such a
I just
pointless thing. I don't understand it at all.
yeah, I
Really
literally just
don't.
Well,
assumed.
I just don't understand why we aren't all doing the exact same thing. To me, that is strange. I'm like, we're all living on the same planet, and to be clear, this we only have one sun. So I'm not sure, you know what I mean, like how we track the hours in the day in which you have access to that sun. Because I mean, right here in Alaska, it's I mean, I haven't been there, but my cousin was stationed there for a number of years, and it is so true that there's parts of the year where it's just super dark and too much light.
Fair to say.
Gosh.
That's where most well, not most, but that's where so many spooky stories take places in places like that.
That's actually a good segue as well.
Welcome,
So,
Abby.
how's it going,
Oh,
Abby?
Hi.
good. How are you?
Are
I'm
you
good.
are you
Good.
Wednesday?
I'm not, but I was going for librarian or nun because every time I wear this dress at my workplace, I get told I look like a nun. But I'll take Wednesday.
Yeah, I was thinking
Is that a
Wednesday.
compliment?
It's better than I normally take, so
I was thinking Wednesday.
Oh,
I'll take it as a win.
Okay, so did you guys have a chance to read the segments?
yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
yes, yes.
Had a quick one, maybe.
yeah, so it's just a little bit of a different format we're trying out. More of a game show feel to it.
Exciting.
And some weeks we'll just do like writing tips, the regular kind of thing. But you know, because it's Halloween and all.
Got to try something spooky, something different.
I've just burned my retinas out. Going from dark mode to light mode. Oh my god.
Rookie error. Never go back.
Oh gosh. I've got to have it on light mode. If it's on dark mode, you can't see me. I'm just in darkness. Ah.
You're working on anything exciting recently?
I can't tell you about it.
Oh, NDA, NDA.
Can't tell you about
Oh,
it.
chestnut.
Love it.
It's, it is
Legally.
the next few months may be a little bit difficult to wrangle, but it will be okay.
Okay,
We'll be fine.
booked
Busy
and
me.
busy.
A little bit, but it will be worth it in the long run.
I like that.
Exciting.
What about you, Abby? What are you doing?
Work. That's not very exciting. Work is always fun, but not exciting. Same old. I'm doing Halloween baking later with my partner, and we're going to watch Coraline because it's one of my favourite spooky films
Okay.
ever, appropriate for the
Oh.
season. I've also
mad at
brought an appropriate mug to the show.
Oh, that's so
Dude.
good.
That's good.
So I thought it better be on theme because I do love spooky season.
Okay.
It is one of my favourites. Did a pumpkin patch yesterday, which was
What
so
other
cool.
time of year do you drink out of that mug?
I mean, it's difficult.
You don't want to be dealing with that too often.
Is that like how like all British people have a grommet mug that they can never actually drink out of? Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've all
Everybody
got one
has
awkward
it.
mug.
Nobody can ever
But
drink
every
out of it because
household,
it's so awkward.
every household definitely has a Sports Direct mug somewhere as
Yeah.
well.
Oh, yeah.
That classic
True.
classic
Yeah.
British culture.
It is crazy because I
And
don't
you-
even shop there and I've got one.
No. You don't know where they come from.
Yeah.
They're like
They just
bags
appear.
for life. They just sort of appear out of nowhere. This is Remy. This is British culture that we're introducing you to.
You've been
We don't
I'm
immersed.
learning
understand
so
it.
much.
We
I'm
don't
learning
understand
so
it.
much.
We take tea culture very seriously over here.
Very much
Ah,
so.
every
Controversial opinion, I
single
don't like
piece of
tea.
media, every media I've ever seen that portrays British culture, it has improper ways of making tea versus proper ways of making tea. So I love it. I feel like I
There
learn
was-
something new every time.
There was a question on a quiz show here a couple weeks ago that I saw on social media where it was actually about what is the correct the National Tea Association has decided which is the recommended order that you put in
Oh
milk
my.
and water and the tea bag in and
Yeah.
tea bag out, and there were four
The
This was
options, and it was
controversial in the office.
the most tense 4 minutes of television you will ever see in your life, and only we could possibly do that. It's so
They do
ridiculous.
research into this.
So ridiculous.
crazy.
Well, I imagine the Japanese culture with tea could be very similar as far as it's an art. There's a craft
True.
behind the madness. I think anything that's worth doing well can bring some tension.
It's more of a dependency in this country.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's
kind
a
of like
life source.
if you ever find someone that puts the milk in first, it's like an immediate like friendship over kind of a
Yeah.
situation. You're like, right, okay, we can't do this. We
Yeah.
can't do this now.
You know nothing.
The strong
Yes.
judgment.
When an
See,
American
I
puts
don't drink
the
tea.
cup in the microwave, you think, okay,
Oh wow.
okay, no.
He said, "Wow."
It depends. It's been a
That's
busy day. I'll put my coffee in the microwave in an emergency situation.
Oh man.
But I imagine that it's already been made. Like the Americans that go on those like British versus American things are always like, I'm gonna put the cold water in, and then we'll put that in the microwave to warm the water
Oh
up.
yeah, no,
Like,
crime.
why are you
That's
doing
crime.
that? Why are
Yeah.
you doing that?
Because they don't
Crime.
own a kettle.
That's scary as a haunted house.
That's I didn't even realize that until recently. Like it's not just a standard thing.
Do they not have it at all? How do they do coffee?
Just not a common thing. We go buy it,
You guys have
or it's in
like,
a Keurig.
you have boiling taps as well, don't you? Like taps with boiling water that can just immediately.
Not in this household, but yeah,
I've seen that
that's
over there.
a fluent piece of fixture.
What about
It's kind of like a bidet.
What about garbage disposal?
Got
I've seen those. You know, you press the button.
Oh yeah, 1000%. You need those.
Is that like standard
Just-
over there? Is that
It is. You don't want food in the trash.
we don't
You
even.
just put it outside out here. Put it,
Yeah.
and put it in the big bin outside. Gets taken
Yeah.
by the bin every other week. That's just
That's
the rules.
inviting every critter in your neighborhood to come visit with you.
You got raccoons and wildlife over there. We get badgers.
I think they're everywhere.
We get
Have
foxes
you
and
ever seen?
badgers. That's about it.
I've never seen a raccoon in real life. I don't think.
Good for
This
you.
is such like essential viewing for Halloween.
Intellectual
I've
conversation.
never seen a raccoon.
It's perfect. It's the perfect bio.
Essential.
Okay.
It's Halloween.
And again, for this topic, it's more of like quick fire, come up with a line, something like that. But to start with, we'll start with what we usually do. Any bad examples off the top of your heads? Who
Of a
wants to
haunted
set
house?
one up? Yep, haunted house. Why don't they leave?
I feel like the classic is, oh, we've got no service. We've got no signals. We're going to have to wait here until somebody comes and decides to save us. Loser. Why are you going to wait for someone to decide to save you? Boring.
What did you think about films before like mobiles were available? How did those films? They were way more scary because now it's just like it'd be on Twitter before it gets to the news.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a classic one, though. Like, oh, the car's broken down. I've lost the
Yeah.
car keys. Another classic.
That's a good one.
I think
Remote transport.
if you're talking about the old school ones, like oh my gosh, what is it? Like a haunting at Hill Mansion.
Oh, okay, I've heard of that one. Yeah.
So when you look back at that one, yeah, there's no cell phones. I mean, there is. It's like, I think there's like one brick situation with a long antenna, but we
Yeah.
don't count those. But the reason why they stay is because they're trying to get compensated somehow. Either it's through fame, either it's like a game show, either there's money, there's something for, hey, you must stay here. And so now there's that element of there's probably hidden traps in there, right?
Right.
Because no one's a believer. And then plot twists, you didn't need those plot devices. And so I think that's a very common and played out, I would say, use of the trope of a haunted house. And I wouldn't want to watch that again, to be honest with you. That's me.
Yeah. Well, are you guys familiar with The Shining?
Yep, 1000% love it.
Of course.
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen it.
It's another classic, Abby. The List.
Another
Oh,
crime.
The
Another
list
podcast.
grows. We were just watching Doctor Sleep last night. Can't make this up. My wife and I. And which is the sequel, by the way, if you're not aware of that. So Danny is the little boy. He is the protagonist in The Shining, where he encounters a horrific time Basically, while he's playing at work, his parents are essentially working in I would say off-season hotel. So it's a resort, but it's off-season, so there's no one there. And their
Right.
job is just to make sure the facilities keep, heated during the winter, da da da. And so young Danny, he has the run of the entire resort hotel, which is haunted as hell, right? But then also Danny, he is they call it the Shining, which is basically he has a sense, like a sixth sense, and so the hauntings within this environment really set him off because they want to absorb him, and that's essentially what the movie's about, and how those hauntings really impact his family. Really, realistic, mostly his father,
Yeah.
who's played by Jack Nicholson. So that is The Shining, Abby, and then there is a sequel that just came out. I want to say I pull up the year later, but is it what was the name of the actor? Is it Ewan McGregor?
Mhm.
And
Ewan
he
McGregor.
plays he plays the adult version of Danny, all grown up. And so
Okay.
there's a continuation to the story. If you haven't checked it out, Doctor Sleep is amazing. Check it out for sure.
Did you say that's like a recent one?
Yeah, so that one came out in 2019
Okay.
to follow up. Stephen King. So that's I wanted to bring up Stephen King because every time I see something on TV where it comes from an author like R.L. Stein, Stephen King, I'm like, dude, that's what I'm looking to accomplish. If today's generation had no idea that Stephen King was an author, it would make sense to me because of
Yeah.
how much of his works on television.
Yeah.
So I'll stop there.
Well, he's just had The Long Walk come out as film as well, hasn't he?
That was great.
Recently.
Yeah.
I mean, he has a long catalog.
He's one of the
Anytime
greats
you get,
at this point.
He's had that.
if you
He
need more
has
material,
the It show is on now as well, which is very good so far.
Wait, it's
yeah.
got a
the success.
series.
Yeah.
another series.
They
Just
ta-
came out,
Derry,
last week.
Derry,
Welcome to Derry. Yeah.
welcome to
It's
Derry.
like the prequel to the movies,
oh my god.
and it's like building up to
It's
Pennywise
like the
as big
Marvel
rival.
Universe.
I was gonna
Well,
say.
hold on. Wait. I want to say one thing. Pennywise has successfully kept children out of the gutters from playing near the gutters, storm sewers. I support this type of horror.
Absolutely.
Cautionary
He did nothing wrong.
tales.
He did
Nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong.
I would never go down there. Pennywise lives down there. There. Done.
Okay, but just to sidestep, how do you feel about a prequel series to something that's already it's had multiple versions?
I was hesitant to watch it because the movies I thought were really good and very
Yeah.
scary. And what they've done with the series is they've taken the interludes from the book and they've just kind of expanded it into a series. What they've done so far, I would say, I'm really careful what to say about this because it's just come out, so I don't want to say too much. It's not doing what the movies did.
Oh dear.
No, that's not a bad thing.
Okay.
It's a very good subversion of what the movies did, but it's bringing a lot of it's set in the 1960s. There's a lot of themes of like racism and the more social terrors of the day and everything. Of the 2 episodes that have been released so far, I would say it's as good as the movies.
Wow.
It's just going to be a little bit of a slow burn until the big man makes his familiar appearance, I would say, without spoiling anything at all.
But I'm
It's
kind
really
of
hard to
like,
talk about. It's really hard to talk about that.
but did
You
it
did great.
need a racial subplot? Did we need another? Like
It's
I don't know.
I'm interested to see where it's going to go with that.
Right?
Because I only mention this because you mentioned The Shining,
Yeah.
and the thing about the show is there is a very specific connection to The Shining and
Yeah.
to a few other Stephen King things that they're bringing
Oh.
in, and I'm interested to see where that's going to go. How they're going to
Not-
kind of
Easter egg.
If there's any type of continuation of a connection, I'm gonna hate it. I don't want that universe to mesh. If it feels similar because it's written by the same creator, I'm okay with that. But when you start to do a Marvel situation of horror themes, like they tried to do in 2000s when they said, "Hey, was it Jason X, Freddy versus Jason, or something like
Oh
that?" I
yeah,
was
I
like,
remember
"Nope,
that.
don't do that, don't do that." Now, don't get me wrong. I think we all watched that, or some of us, Abby, but we we didn't need that.
Exclusively me. Yeah, just put it out there. Just everyone but Abby. Absolutely. It's not me. Guys,
Freddie v.
you're
Jason.
good. Please to know. If you've not watched this podcast before, I am a wimp. So this is completely out of my realm. Don't watch any of this stuff. Barely read the genre. I don't know why I'm here, to be honest. Just to be
No, it's
roasted this whole lab.
it's why would you want to terrify yourself? It's that kind of thing where I kind of agree with you. It's not my first genre I would go
I
to.
do too.
You
I
know,
only watch it around Halloween. Otherwise, if I have a choice, I won't. I don't like going to the movies to see horror movies.
I love horror. I absolutely love horror. I think when you can successfully portray fear, that is something to be admired, but also skeptical about, right? Because it all comes from something, maybe a trauma or maybe just a really wild imagination. But to
yeah,
me, I try not to think too much when it comes to horror, right? Or those suspenseful thrillers that are horrific. But that being said, done well, I don't knock any genre. I will watch a musical if it's done well. And that's saying
right.
something, okay?
See, this is where we're so different. Because I would choose a musical over a horror movie any day.
Yeah, me
Any day.
too. Snap.
I'm kind of stuck in the middle. I
I
don't
have
know.
nothing
I don't know
against
which
the
way I'd go on
genre.
that one.
I have nothing against the genre and people that do it well. It's actually me a problem. It's not the media. It's a me problem. Like,
Because they're all like horror movies that we can watch. Like us being scaredy cats, we can watch them and go, okay, that was a really great movie. That was a really great
I
movie.
think things
But
like Coraline and Corpse Bride and Nightmare Before Christmas, they have elements of them that are spooky and a little bit scary, but not to the point that like you literally have to be having a panic attack in a chair in a cinema. Like that's not it for me. That's
Well,
just not
question,
it.
question on Coraline because I'm on like watch number 30 something of
Mhm.
this
So
season
good.
alone because my 3-year-old has discovered it. But my question about that is the dark part of Coraline is that you realize these 3 children went missing over the, however many years ago, and that there must have been something that killed these children. Like that is dark. And the whole theme is like, oh, I'm surprised you're even living in my grandmother's uh, boarding house because so many children have been, disappeared in the past. To me, that is dark. I mean, and like depending on when you come to Coraline, you don't necessarily catch that, but when you keep watching it and watching it and watching it, oh my gosh, I'm like, who's telling the story really?
I think
So that's
Oh,
it.
the aesthetic's the
if
main thing. You know, the whole Tim Burton thing.
Beautiful, beautiful.
yeah.
It kind of gets away with it. It just comes across as cool,
Edward
not really scary.
Scissorhands.
Well, yeah, that it's that kind
That
of
was creepy, but it wasn't horror.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, we got to make the distinction between something being creepy and horror, like straight up Saw 6 kind of stuff.
Psychological thriller every day of the week
Okay,
over horror for me.
is it just
You said
like
thriller?
psychological thriller?
Psychological thriller, yeah, or thrillers in general.
What about
I'm
Like
like
trying to
Seven?
read more. Like, I'm trying to think of a psychological thriller like that I've read recently, but I can't think. I've got one on my shelf. I'm trying to see if I can see it. The Skin Was Once Mine. That was like as far as I can go towards horror. That's like weird more than horror. Like the elements around it. It's like mini short stories of weird tales with weird plot twists that are a bit creepy more than it
yeah?
actually being scary. You're
So
more a
it's
bit
more
like,
unsettling.
oh,
It's not like
yeah,
hardcore. Yeah, it's just a bit
yeah.
unsettling, paranoia.
Well, so horror, the definition of horror is an intense feeling of fear, shock, or disgust. So,
Oh
what
wow.
feeling did you experience again?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I'm more on the disgust side of horror, more like, oh,
Gotcha.
that's not nice, than, oh my God, that's really weird, or oh, scary. Because I am someone who will physically scream if it scares me, and that's not fun when you go in public.
It kind of is.
I would never do like, I don't know if you guys are near enough to know Trinity Scares, but that's the activity that's near me that's like literally they dress up as clowns and you go through different rooms and different experiences that are like people's actual fears. Like
Yeah.
there's a claustrophobia room that like you walk through it in a line and it literally gets skinnier and skinnier and skinnier as you walk through. Like I would never volunteer to do that. Who's volunteering to do that? People
See,
pay money to
game
do that.
shows. I don't like the game show aspect of like the haunted houses.
You don't
That
like
to
that?
me, I don't. I don't. I think it's, think about the people who want to volunteer for that, right? I like it. I mean, let me see the escape room. I liked that movie if you haven't seen that one, but I like the concept behind that. It's kind of like the haunted mansion kind of fun house situation, but
Yeah.
I like the idea that you bring in strangers who are actually really connected with one another rather than contestants who are literally going in expecting to play a game. And so that's what I didn't like about the escape room, right? It's like they thought they were going there for a game. It's the game part that I think I have a problem with.
Oh, okay, right.
You see what
So
I'm
like
saying?
Saw,
I don't,
you like Saw that whole franchise.
I did
They're
until they
good.
made 20 of them, but yes, I like the start of it. I thought
I
that was
thought
methodical.
I thought the last one, the I think it
There was
was the
only
10th, but who
two.
the hell knows? I think it's the 10th one
Two.
now.
So many.
The 10th one I thought was surprisingly good because it's the
The
only one
10th?
where you can tell they've actually tried to tell a story with it,
Yeah.
and it's not just like endless like murders. Like he actually has a reason that he wants to do all this stuff. I really
Hmm.
enjoyed that. I went with my friend who had never seen a Saw movie, and he
Oh,
only told me that like minutes before going in. He was like, "So what's it about?" I was like, "You'll work
that's
it out in about 5 minutes. Like it's going to become very, very clear to you whether you wanted to or not."
yeah, it's
If
rough.
you're in or out.
Yeah, it
The
was a
the
lot of
gore.
like you try not to look at the screen, but the sound is just as bad, and it's not. It doesn't really help you at all.
See, I'm not a fan of the
Would
gore.
never
I
watch
mean,
Yeah,
those
No,
films ever.
I'm not a gore kind of
no,
guy.
no,
I
I
don't.
think that's a
I,
80s, 70s thing.
I was gonna say I don't mind it in like if it's like an Evil Dead type movie where it's so over the top and ridiculous
That's a
that
good
then I
one.
could be like, okay, I like if it's a horror comedy, I can kind of go with it. When it's like a serious like Saw is just like limbs flying around and stuff, then I'm a
Yeah,
bit like, I'm not.
I'm
and
out.
there's no story. It's just
There's no story.
murder after murder.
Yeah, like I said, the last one like they kind of changed it, but that's really the only exception to the rest of it, I'd say.
Well, I like the haunted house metaphor because you can change what that means. It's not always paranormal.
Yeah,
I like the ones where it's actually someone who lives in that house and they've always lived in that house and they just don't live in the side of the house that normal people live in. That Texas Chainsaw Massacre situation,
Right.
or the hidden little child in the walls,
cabin in the
the
woods. Kind of
disappointments
stuff.
rooms.
One of my favorite horror movies, and again, this is one where I'm going to really talk around it to avoid the spoilers, but it's The Others with Nicole Kidman. I think
Love
is a
it.
great example of exactly what Remy just said. But I also think in terms of like when we're talking about how to keep them in the house, The Fog is like a classic like horror cliche
Yeah,
of what it is. But that movie does it so well where when she kind of goes into the fog, she basically gets turned back around. There's just no way to escape it.
yeah. That's again when we get onto tips. That's a good one as well. A physical reason why they can't just run
Mm.
is usually a good one.
A haunted mansion. I can't recall the one that Eddie Murphy did, but the most recent one, I think I watched that one with Rosario Dawson, and they did a similar approach. There was some fog, but really these ghosts or whatever that lived in the mansion, they followed you wherever you went, whether you
Yeah.
left state, country, whatever, and they haunted you until you came back.
All right, so just on this, what did you guys think about the poltergeist and that
The
whole thing?
original,
Yeah, like would you put that in the category of good or bad? It's
good.
kind
I like the original one. The
what
remake,
about
not so much.
specifically the trope in terms of like the reason for staying in the house after seeing what was going on, furniture moving around. They were kind of just cool with it.
Well, hold on. Let me back it up for those who haven't seen that recently, because I am that guy that always sees these things recently. So, Poltergeist is about this. It's in the 80s. This family moves into this workforce home community because he got a new job. The father got a new job. What he didn't know is that this residential home community was built on a cemetery, and the cemetery, whoever did the development, they cut corners. They didn't actually move the bodies. They just moved the tombstones. And so, plot twist: these poltergeists, they start to wreak havoc specifically on this one family, and it's a catastrophe to the point to where this family leaves. And I'll stop there because there's more than one movie, but the I would say the children make the connection first because the children are more susceptible, specifically the little girl, and she starts to make these observations like the furniture moving or the TV going to the what is that, the
Static.
the
Yeah.
static channel, and now she's looking at the static channel and speaking to it, and her parents are like, okay, what's going on here? And then you see the little clown start to move and stuff like that. It's a classic.
Okay, but on that point, what is they could have, again, back to the trope. What was actually stopping them from leaving immediately after the
I mean,
first, after the ghost started doing stuff?
I haven't seen that movie in so
It's a
so long.
classic.
Well,
I think
mean,
ignorance.
from the description, I would just say, yeah, it's innocence, isn't it? And skepticism, not believing, and also it's a more realistic like output because they bought that house, so they live there. So it's not like we can just go later. It's like when they go to a cabin on holiday, they got somewhere to go to. Whereas
mean-
for
There
them,
is-
they're like,
Like
This is
there is
literally my house.
something there's something that happens in the movie that gives a very clear reason why they can't just leave. But I can't remember how early into the movie it comes, so I don't know if I want to say it. I'm pretty sure that if you have seen the movie, you will know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I don't even know if I feel like I have to say what it is.
You
'cause it
have
doesn't
to
make sense
say
what
it.
I'm
It's
saying.
an old school film.
It's when the
spoiler
girl
alert, guys.
when the girl
Spoiler,
disappears,
30
right?
years ago.
When the girl disappears into the other
Yes.
realm or whatever it is, they have to get
Then
her
they
back.
have to stay. They have to figure
Yeah.
it out, and they have to pull in all the professionals.
Yeah.
But to your point, I can't recall exactly when I know at the end of it they all leave, but that's because the house is
Yeah.
destroyed. Getting
Yeah.
this little girl back.
one
Spoiler
way
alert,
around
sorry.
it.
But before that, I think it comes down to do with ignorance in a way that sure, you're protecting your home, you just moved in, but really the only person that really knows or that is, I guess, capable of making that decision in this household is the father figure.
Mm.
And I think the father figure really played it down at first. And also the poltergeist really started wreaking havoc on him, the drinking specifically. And so I think, like you attack the person who actually has the ability to make the change, right? And so now you got the mom like, hey, the kids are right. Something's not right in this house. Like we need to figure it out. Which really meant like you need to get us out of here. And he's just like, it's fine, dear. Where are we gonna go? We're broke.
But at least they're still alive at that point. And again, Abby, similar example. I don't know if you're familiar with like the Amityville horror, that whole
Love it.
world there, where the threats get, they get more deadly as it goes on. And again, it's that same thing. We put so much money into this place, we can't. But don't you want to, stay alive? Like, who cares about a
Nothing
mortgage if
more
your
important
furniture's
than money.
moving around and, your kitchen
Hey,
utensils flying at you?
I hate to cut you off, but I just noticed the chat's Kate Brolin. If I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, but I see your comments in the chat, and we'd love to have you. And she mentioned that she has also not been a horror fan as an adult, but that so many filmmakers start with horror, sci-fi, which can have horror, seems to meet my fear factor. And then the veil is thin children are so open. So it sounds like I was catching up on some of the conversations or backtracking, but glad to have you.
Yeah, so that goes back to what Abby was saying about the innocence, because they're not, you've never experienced something like that. How do you react? it's kind of like if an alien actually appeared, what would the first person who saw it actually do? Would they panic? Would they try and fight it? It's that
Fight or
kind
flight
of
response.
yeah, like real basic survival instincts kick in. But with children, because they're all in their imagination, to them it's all a game.
It's also perfect for horror movies or horror stories in general, because adults generally do not believe children.
Right.
Whatever children, they have imaginary friends and they go off and do anything. So when they come and they're like, I've been talking to the ghosts in the wall. It's like, okay.
But wouldn't
Okay,
it be like
But you know what? I grew up with that so much that I believe everything my daughter says.
Yeah.
To a deficit, by the way. To a deficit. I've been led through so many false cry wolves. But like I am like, really? So that doll's looking at you a little weird? It's out of here.
you're not taking any chances?
You're gone. No. Because my favorite horror movie was Child's Play. And loved it. Loved it. And maybe in the beginning it might have terrified me, but at a certain point, it only made my sisters and I laugh.
It's a funny movie. Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Just seeing
People
this
really
doll.
it's so underrated. Whenever people talk about it, they're always like, oh, checking it, whatever.
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
It's iconic at this
Really
point.
good.
And everyone
You-
instantly
yeah.
recognizable character.
Easily. And I think his name was Chris Dorff, or is Chris Dorff. He plays the voice actor behind Charles Lee Ray, or he is Charles Lee Ray. But anyways, I bring that movie up because that movie taught me the value of what happens when a parent doesn't listen to their child, and they're being, so genuine. And like, this kid has not done anything in the entire movie to suggest that he is a lying kid. Right. And then eventually the mom is just like, you know what? My kid does not lie. Like, that's why, this is very strange. What happened? I brought this doll in, and then now my best friend's dead. My kid's wanted for murder. He's in a psychiatric ward. And my son is telling me, dude, this doll is alive. He's telling me to do weird stuff. Yeah, I'm getting that doll up out of here.
I mean,
Movies
if my
can
child
change the
murdered
world.
someone, if my child had murdered someone, I would not be looking at the dolls. I can't lie. I'd be reevaluating my whole life.
Oh yeah.
If it got to that
What have I
point,
done
you
as a
got
parent
big
to
problems.
encourage you to do someone to do that to someone.
So the second
That's
you
the
guys,
last thing on my to-do list.
do you know that the second you guys think, shall I just leave? Are you out of the story, or can you still stick with it a little bit?
I think that's, oh, you mean like when we as viewers?
Yeah, like if you're watching something and you have that thought, are you out at that moment, or are you going to keep watching?
I think it
I'm
depends
curious,
how
I'm
bad
following.
it is.
Yeah.
I think it
It's-
depends
it's-
how blatantly obvious it is.
I feel like we say, like, every time we're on this, we always talk about, like, it's all at the execution.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're just like, it's so stupid that you're like, I cannot go with this. And sometimes you're like, well, okay, there's some stuff, like, we'll see how it goes. And then
Yeah,
just
you know
kinda-
what,
And
you're right.
A lot of those scenarios are like, okay, if I was in your situation, I probably wouldn't be thinking straight anyway. So obviously you made a stupid decision because you're scared, you're under pressure. So you get, like, I feel like that genre, especially in classic examples, they get away with it a lot more because you are more sympathetic because, you're like, well, I've never been in that situation. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's a little bit like, it's the same reason that you can do, and I recognize that they haven't all been set in the same place, but you can do like 1,000 Scream movies, and you can just keep saying the thing of, why are they still living in this town? Why are they
Yeah.
still, every year it comes back to her, why doesn't she go? But I mean, I know that series, she does move out of Woodsboro, and then it still kind of comes back to bite her. But I
Yeah.
think that's the whole point of horror sometimes. You just kind of go, well, I like the characters. I kind of like the vibe of it. We'll just see where this goes. And sometimes it works, and sometimes it's extremely awful and painful. But yeah, it
think it's
depends
so-
on what it is.
I think it's so easy to get horror wrong because it walks that line where it can be really goofy and then it can actually be genuinely frightening. But it's like, how far do you go on that spectrum? As a
Be
writer,
careful.
it's tough.
You're laughing at somebody's trauma.
That's true.
True.
It's all somebody's trauma. and
True.
you know, they may have added a comedic twist to it because that's how they cope with it, and they didn't really want to scare everybody, but they did want to tell you know some viewers who would get it a very you know a sliver of it.
Yeah.
I think that personally. I have to as a writer, creator, someone who
Yeah.
is providing content that's actually done well. That's trauma. That's an experience that someone's lived through in a way that they have morphed it into a clown in a gutter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, that's actually a good point. It is someone had to experience that in their even in their mind to come up with the idea of, oh, this is a really frightening idea.
I
So what
also
do you
would say as
go
well,
on.
just as one point, is it's very easy for us all to like watch horror movies and go, what an idiot. Why would you go back to the thing? There are like video games now where they're like those interactive movie things and you can choose which way you go and everything. Everyone that plays those very quickly learns when you have less than 4 seconds to make a decision,
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, you will make the worst imaginable decision and you will die because of it, whatever. It really teaches you a valuable lesson of, yeah, I would not last long in any of these movies. I would pretty much do everything that they said not to do.
Have you played Until Dawn? Is it Until Dawn? I think that's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
one.
That's what I
yeah.
that was the one that I
So
was kind of
good.
talking about. I never finished
So
it because I got a
good.
little bit too scared. But
That's with
I did
the
So
learn
good.
very quickly.
I don't want to say any spoilers, but that the main threat in that, what is the name of that creature?
A Wendigo.
That was it, yeah.
So
It's the
so smooth with it. It's like it was yesterday for you.
So the trauma is like very deep within me.
Yeah, very deep.
it's a good
Well,
game.
I was gonna say in most horror that I've seen, there's always the subliminal messages. You know, be careful who you are in a team with, right? Or who you're surviving with.
Right.
Not
Yeah.
every, you know, and you always get the who's the leader, who's gonna call the shots to get us out of here and help us get through the night or whatever it is. You know, those types of things where it draws on the complexities and the stupidity of the people that you've allowed to be near you or be trapped with. And
Um,
that could be comedic.
and just to add to that as well, I'm now only realizing, obviously because I'm not a writer, that the reason they do that is so they can show so many different perspectives at once in the same situation. Because like you have the jock character that's like, whatever it is, I'm going to punch it in the face, and then he usually goes quite early. You got the girl that just panics, screams, gets everyone else in trouble, drags someone down with her. It's that, and it's just
And she's
it's just
always sleeping with the jock every time.
yeah, it's just such a good
Every
setup as
time.
well to get so many characters exposed to this one idea or this one threat, and then it's a reflection of how they would react in that situation. If you get what I'm saying, so it's like if you relate to this character, would I feel that way or would I do that? And I'm just realizing now that's actually a good way of setting that up with multiple characters without having to give them a really deep backstory or even a few lines. Like it could just be dialogue, could be the costume, the clothes they're wearing. Like in Until Dawn, there's jocks in there as well, and it's kind of like, who is it? Is it a prank? Is it real? And it just kind of like it walks that line really well. But I want to ask you something else as well. What are you more drawn to? Do you prefer the physical thing, like the fog you mentioned earlier, a snowstorm, or do you prefer the psychological thing of the guilt? Abby hinted at earlier, the mortgage. Like, what are you more drawn to?
To be honest, I think why they're trapped there is always a background plot. Like it gets forgotten about so easily when you're watching a film, reading a story, things like that. I think more like natural ones, like a storm, the fog, I think
Yeah,
they're more believable to me. Like, I don't know where the car keys are, we got no signal, things like that. They're just less believable, in my opinion. Like, I can understand that in a torrential snowstorm, you're not going to go anywhere. Like, I get that. Or if you're flooded in, like, that's a genuine reason to be stuck there
yeah,
more than I just can't be asked to try and get some signal. Like in the era that we live in, there's literally
yeah.
signal pretty much everywhere now. Like there's absolutely no way.
And a
Or
Starlink.
there's cars that you can start with literally an app on your mobile phone. everyone's got a charger in their back pocket. Like, it's just not real. It's not believable anymore in a modern era. So if you are going to go down that route, I think geographical circumstances are,
Yeah.
you can't do much about that. So that's kind of is what it is, can be pushed aside.
I do remember on that point that there is a scene in, I'm going to say Scream again because Scream is one of my favorite horror movies. 1996.
Why?
Because I love because it's funny and it's smart and I like the stabby movies. I really enjoy them. But there is a scene in that which I find so funny in 1996 when she's in her house and the killer's outside and he's like attacking her, and I'm 99% certain I have not made this up. Just for clarity, there is a 1% chance maybe I misremember, but I'm sure this happened. Where
Call 'em out in the
she's
chat.
like, "Oh my god, they're coming after me," and she emails 911, like,
What?
"Please come and help me. Please
In
come to the
96?
house." And obviously, and she emails it, and I remember just thinking, like, that is even in 1996, like she
Yeah, I'm
found a
thinking-
way to get around the fact that she could not call
Facts.
for whatever reason. I'm
The
gonna
slowest
email
way.
them. The slowest way, next to like just faxing it. It's
Or
just,
smoke signals.
oh my god.
That actually might have been faster if she lit
Yeah.
her own house on fire.
Yeah,
Just
that's-
thinking out loud.
Yeah.
The next movie. That's gonna happen in the next one. Yeah.
Spoilers.
So hold on. Okay.
Do you want to go? Do you want to go? Because I've got something to say about Scream.
No, please.
Okay, so what is it about Scream that actually stops them from escaping the town, or everyone just abandoning the town with all these murders happening?
That's a very, very good question. Number
They're in
one,
high school.
they're in high school. Number two, there is a very specific focus in the first Scream, which is they are basically replicating. Well, I don't know if I'd say replicating, but they're targeting Sydney because her mother was murdered, and
Right.
that's kind of the whole thing. So she is the focus. So wherever she goes, they're gonna follow. Is basically the implication of it, and they're taking out all of her friends and everything. In all of the movies that come after the first one, that is the point. It's like she can go anywhere, but now you
But
have
it
the
follows her.
copycat killers who want to take it, whatever. So she can't go anywhere without this happening. And as long as she doesn't do anything, all of her friends, all the innocent people are going to get murdered and all of that stuff. So with that, that's why I say, like, I can kind of buy into the idea with that. There
Yeah,
will always be an idiot who wants to do it again, or who wants the fame, or who wants to whatever. And there's always like a credible reason I can say, okay, this has happened 7 times. I'm like, people are idiots in the world. I can kind of buy into it. And it's always a different killer every time and all that stuff. It's like, okay.
It's scary how real that is in true crime as well, though. Like,
Very.
literally goes first on screen. It literally happened in real life to a family. Like, it's so scary. Like,
Yeah.
that people actually do that, and it's not just a concept in film.
And the first one, I think, really, it predicted true crime in a way that I don't think it really existed in 1996. But in that movie, her mother is, raped and killed and whatever. And you have this Courtney Cox character who's like, I've written a book about it, and you did not authorize me to do it, but I'm going to just ambush you and interview you and get all the information. And then it's made into a film. So now her trauma, as Remy was talking about trauma, her trauma is now a movie. And, all the sequels, they have new versions of that story. So she's constantly being bombarded with this trauma of her mother, and her mother's alleged killer wasn't her killer and it was somebody else, and all this stuff. It's the reason she can't get away from it is because it's, as long as she exists, it will always haunt her. There is no way she can ever really get away
Get
with
away.
it without fighting it.
Well said.
Thank
but it's not.
you.
Again,
So proud of myself.
no, and again, good point. Everything you said makes sense, but it's just like I always think. In reality, how many murders does it get to before they're sending the National Guard in, and like,
Wow.
think,
You
Nope.
know as well as I do in this country, Midsummer Murders and all these shows where it's just one village and everybody has been murdered twice.
yeah,
And you think, okay, like that I think is ridiculous. When it's like a big, thing, I can sort of buy into it with the Final Girls, with Halloween and Scream
Right.
and stuff. When it's just one person,
right.
I can kind of get into that. When they're just going back to Crystal Lake every other year to get murdered by Jason, I'm like, you've got to, come on now.
Yeah, like the
Somebody's
previous.
gotta do
And
something
if they've got
about
no
it.
signal out there, how are the police going to know?
Oh,
Oh,
That's what you got to remember.
God.
If you can't
Facts.
contact them, they don't know.
okay. So to that point, go on. Do you want to go first?
And do they?
Yeah. I'm gonna quickly spill it. So I was gonna say, right now, Houston, there's this floodplain where they pulled out at least 19 bodies this year alone.
Wow.
19. And all these headlines are like, is there a serial killer? We think there's a serial killer. Da 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 da. There can't be. You would think someone would do something. 19 bodies in one location, all up and down this floodplain. So I disagree with you when you say if there's a problem, they'll do it. That happens everywhere in the world. It's not a big enough problem for the people who can make that kind of decision to make that kind of decision, unfortunately. Don't know what it would take to do it, but it's humans being humans at that level. Next, Scream. One of my favorite things about Scream was that the villain actually ran. Can't stand it when they lollygag or they're trying to be, ominous. No, I like it when they try to get right to business. And so that is what I do like about Scream. And then I wanted to mention what I prefer, whether it be, you mentioned, geographical, restraints, whatever. But for me, I think it should be existential because, again, that's the strongest. It's really you yourself preventing yourself or the people that you love from leaving. To me, if you can write that and reflect it well, to me, that's the strongest pull, because if they can make it believable, then someone out there is going to feel it. And you're the strongest person to make you stay. So as an example of that, I would say Severance. So the show Severance, that is a haunted house to me, right? So you literally using technology, you slice that part of your brain that is even aware that you're either out of the workplace or at the workplace. One, that's a horror movie or television show. And then two, what keeps him coming back after he discovers that that's what's going on, right?
Yeah.
Inside of that place, there's information that I need. Simple as that. Keeps going back into the haunted house. Something that was compelling to him, it's his wife, plot twist, but it's details about what happened to his wife because his memories aren't his own, or he's not able to always have a complete view of his memories.
But also, I would add as well, in the first season, the reason that he keeps going back down is because his outie just keeps going to work. He's he literally cannot escape. It's like the Nicole Kidman thing of you go in the fog, you just end up back there.
Yeah.
You can try and escape.
The elevator.
You always come back.
You come back out of the elevator. Oh my gosh, that gave me anxiety. I was like, I can't do that. I can't do that. I get why. Girl,
come straight back out. It's like
I get why the newest employee did what she did at the end of season 1, though.
Me too.
She's just like, you know what? Okay, we're done. And I'm like, what a way to go. That's how most horror movies end. It's like, you know what? I can't relive this life over again.
Okay, so to your point as well, that leads me on to the next question. Is it better when the haunting happens, they leave immediately, and then now it's the haunting follows them? So you said with Scream, that's the reason why, because wherever she goes, she'll be found. But is that a better way of solving the problem?
It depends on what the problem is. I
Well,
think.
all right, let's use, for example, let's use Poltergeist.
Yeah.
The furniture's moving. You've got a mortgage. You have children. And it's getting more intense. Normal reaction.
Really painting the picture for me here. I like this.
Yeah, in my brain, I'm leaving immediately. Whether it's following me or not, I'm out. I don't care about the mortgage at that point.
But you're saying everyone's aware of this? The whole family's aware?
Yeah, whole families. They've seen things. Things have moved.
Absolutely. Who wouldn't be?
Yeah.
But that's usually the trick. Not everyone's aware of what everyone has seen. Usually it's like one person has seen one thing, and one thing is not enough, right? But when you poll the whole family, which they never do until it's too late, it's like, hey, have you guys been sleeping okay? Actually, no, I've been sleeping terribly. I've had hauntings every night. You too? We should go. They never do that.
You see, and that's what I'm saying.
Imagine if you did that, and then the
Depends on
kids
the level of inconvenience.
the kids I got
Between
attacked by
that
a
film.
tree last night. Did that happen to you? Yeah, that happened to you. You didn't mention it.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, you might have been attacked by a plate.
If he's just moved my sofa around, I'm like, oh, I'll just put it back. Like it's not that. Okay.
See, but it was palatable
Like-
for you to stay, right? Like kids, they were like, we can get away with a few more things. But with the parents, what's thing that's gonna piss off the mom? Let's move the furniture around a little bit.
Yeah.
Like I think it depends on the extremity. Like if it was me, I think it depends if he was friendly. Can I make
Like
him my
Casper.
friend?
You're thinking of like Casper
You
the
can-
Friendly Ghost.
If he's my mate.
There are two people in this world, Abby.
Different
There
kind
are
of
two
ghost.
people in this world, Abby.
If he
They
can
might
move
be
my sofa around,
okay, and
if I
absolutely
wanna be
not.
by my living room at 3 o'clock in the morning, I can be like, yo, geezer, do you mind just shuffling this place round? You'd be really doing me a favour. And then he shuffles it all round. It's a whole new front room. I'm thrilled. He's thrilled because he gets to be naughty moving my furniture around, but I actually get what I want. Win.
But how do you?
I would do that with an extraterrestrial. I would try to communicate, not with paranormal. But with an paranormal entity, I'm not trying to communicate because they are so past trying to communicate with the likes of me. It doesn't make sense. If you're an extraterrestrial, it's
But
one
they
of two
are
ways
trying to
that that's
communicate
going.
with you. They are.
I
Moving
know,
my furniture around,
but
they
not
are
really
communicating
me.
with
They're
you.
trying to communicate with anyone that can help them, and I'm not anyone that can help them. That's the problem. It's like they need to find the person that actually can help them, and that's very hard for them to do because they're so limited in what they can do. That's how I see it.
What if the house has been built, on the graveyard? The ghosts were there first. You're living your
I'll
It's
life.
be
not like they
honest
can
with
go
you.
over to the contractor and go, oi, mate, get out. Can they?
I mean, I'm gonna be
I'd
honest.
rent it
with you.
out.
You.
My parents always tell me a story about they once lived in like an apartment that overlooked a graveyard, and they always tell me the story, and I'm like, if I wouldn't even have moved in there. I
No,
was like, I would not want to be looking at a grave. I would not want to.
no.
The idea of it creeps me out. So if I found out it was built on a graveyard, I'd be like, I do not feel comfortable with this.
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't want this at all.
You're not.
They
I'll
don't
find
disclose that in
but
the
you're
terms
lied
and
to.
conditions.
You're lied to.
I was
People are
lied
lied to in
to.
this situation.
I might have grounds for a lawsuit, and I would contact the lawyer and see if I
Yeah.
could.
You're thinking about that after the fact. If you survive.
Well,
If you
if I
survive.
don't survive, that's a bigger lawsuit that's coming that way. If I don't make it out of that house.
Good point. Good point.
They're getting sued either way.
That's right. That's right. My will be
Contractor's
prepared
in the
for a lawsuit.
wrong.
I think the consensus we've come to is it's that the physical barriers, it's the better way to go because it's less to think about. If you see the snowstorm, you see the fog or how dense it is.
I mean, like,
Are you saying it's easier? Is that what
For
I'm hearing?
I'm saying that from the audience perspective. If you're reading that, it's like, oh, I can understand that. They didn't just leave because,
Yeah.
snowstorm,
Yeah.
thick fog.
I
it's
agree.
risky
The
going out
Shining,
there.
perfect example.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Don't
still,
want none of
like,
this.
I think you need to have physical boundaries, but I do think that it's strengthened when you also have the psychological thing of you have a
Okay.
credible reason. That on
Yeah.
top of that, they're like, no, I won't go. And they
Okay, so
actually
give me
have
an
something to
example then of using both.
I've got an example of both, and it's the others. Again, I'm going to come back to the others because again, there's the fog. She can't go, but it's
Yeah.
also the thing of her house is being haunted by these things. She's a heavily religious woman.
Yeah.
She instills it in her children every single day, and every single time something happens, she's like, "This is my house. I'm not going to let people, these ghost things, come in and ruin my house. This is my house. I lived here with my husband. He died in the war. I will not leave. This is where we had all of our memories and everything. I will fight for this house." And then whether that goes well or not, you will have to find out for yourself. But
Fair to say.
that is
Dun.
Fair to say.
it's such like an emotional reason for her to stay, and it
Yeah.
also makes complete sense as well that she's just like, I just won't go. I won't be driven out of the house I've had my entire life.
Same thing in the movie, well, similar in the movie Ghost. Patrick Swayze, he was killed untimely. And he went to try to communicate with his wife, Demi Moore, who he couldn't communicate with her. He had to learn how to be a ghost first. But when he was able to make contact, what kept her there? There was no boundaries that kept her there
Right.
at all. It was love. It was something as simple as, oh my gosh, my husband is communicating with me in this home that we purchased, right?
Right.
But also, she didn't realize that her husband was trying to save her from the same thing that killed him. And now it was playing on a whole different, it's just there's so much scheming that happened that Patrick Swayze didn't uncover until after he was dead. You know what I'm saying? So but it had nothing to do with physical boundaries that kept that situation ongoing.
Yeah.
It was simply unfinished business by the ghost, right? And him like, nah, I can't. He had this opportunity and he ran from it. He's just like, whoa, no, I gotta protect my girl,
Yeah.
which is the most compelling story. It's always that love, right? That, you know, the whatever, that tie, that tether to life is what kept that ghost there. No boundaries.
I
That's
found
true
that
love.
movie surprisingly scary. I got in. That's another thing. I was like, it's a romantic thing, and once all like the ghost, the evil ghost things came out, I was like, this is actually kind of freaky. I actually don't like this.
Not what you
Take
Love
it
said.
Whoopi
your advice,
Goldberg.
gang. If they wouldn't save you when they were a ghost, they're not the one.
No.
New standards to reach.
You're
New
saying if they
standard.
don't come back as a ghost to try to save you, they're not the one? Or they
They're
weren't
not
the
the one.
one?
Weren't the one. Wasted your time. No, I'm joking. There's no control. There's no control over supernatural things.
Damn.
The standards have
What if
increased.
you're a super? Yeah, exactly,
What we're
guys. I'm just
finding is
raising the bar.
There's three kind of ghosts. There's Casper, there's Patrick Swayze, and there's every other demonic evil ghost. Those are the only three kinds of ghosts that we have.
Very distinct.
Very
But
distinct.
I think
I've got hope for more Caspers out there than more demons.
I was going to ask you as well. My next question was going to be, like, in modern times, modern technology, society as it is, how do you make a compelling? Because a lot of the ones we've spoken about, they're decades old. There aren't very. There's not a lot of new franchises or even threats that have come out that are kind of captivating us in the same way. So I just want to put this question, like, what do you want to see from horror as a genre going forward?
Authenticity. I don't know if I disagree with you because I do agree with you, but at the same time, what has changed is the fear or the disgust or the shock factor. And the most recent display of horror has had to do with viruses and how they attack the human body. Why is that? We all know why, because that is what traumatized so many humans over the past, 5 years ago and so on. But, how many movies spun off and they had, Contagion was ahead of its time and Outbreak was ahead of its time. But then how many movies came out? So, speaking about a virus that did whatever.
There's an argument for Walking Dead in there as well. Season up to
Agreed.
season 5, maybe.
Agreed. It's always biological, right? Or is that the right word?
Actually, everyone had the virus. They were already infected. And I didn't watch to the end, so I don't know what actually triggered it. But I found that very interesting. I want to see more of that, where they're already not already dead, but like there's already an ongoing thing, like a cold open. The story's already going. I want to put the pieces together, looking backwards. I don't
World War
necessarily want
Z.
similar to World War Z, actually, where it's already a
I
problem.
like that one.
Yeah, it's already a problem. You dropped in the conflict. It's not now like huge build up, and I'm looking for more of that going forward.
I would just like
I'm
to
not
see.
necessarily sorry.
It's okay. I would just like to see more of. I think like I liked what Remy said earlier, where he was talking about it's all trauma, and I would like to see people kind of fueling like more things that we've never seen, traumas that we have never seen. There's so many things that we all go through on a daily basis, or that our family members have gone through that we haven't seen in horror yet. That I think would be really interesting
True.
to see in that way.
Cosmic horror, I will say. I want more cosmic horror. Hasn't been done well in a long time.
What?
No,
Sorry, Abby. We're gonna have to come back to that one.
I want more sci-fi horror. I want more like
you want okay.
scary stuff that's like, I don't know, I think I like the more, I like the more gruesome side of it, like in the terms of it being creepy. And I feel like you can get away with doing more creepy when you go into the realm of sci-fi and space and genetic mutation and things like that. Like I think genetic mutation and things like that as a concept, so good. Like I'm always biased to the Alien franchise because obviously it's my partner's favorite ever. So more along that lines, like it can still freak me out without feeling too close to home.
Yeah.
Like I want it to be so unbelievable that it's freaky. That I'm like, oh, I just couldn't imagine a world where that would happen to me.
But that's
Scary,
kind of
kind of.
that's the
I
I
appeal.
like that.
It's the with a lot of cosmic horror, it's the existential threat. You never actually really see what the thing is, and like if you're reading it, especially like the descriptions, you're like, this. My mind can't even put that together. You can't comprehend it, and that's what's so scary. Again, with
Well, hold on. To combat that, we have that right here on our own planet when a plant is infecting our finger, and all of a sudden the whole finger goes dead. Like that right there. I don't care who you are. You're terrified
yeah,
from getting even something as simple as what do you call it? Poison ivy on your hand because that's unusual. You're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Does this go away? Does this come off? Can we get rid of this today? No, I have to live with this. Am I going to die? Do I got to cut the hand off? You know, that right there. Think about that. And then you go out of your ecosystem where things can potentially kill you if you inhale it.
hmm
Abby, are you telling me that doesn't terrify you?
It does. That's like, I don't want it to feel so real. That's what I don't want. I don't want to. I don't want to be conscious every time I walk down the road that I like. That
There's
I
some
can't touch
caves
the
you can
grass.
walk into and drop dead.
I just don't. I don't want to be scared to go outside and breathe the oxygen or go
Yeah.
outside and touch grass. There's not enough kids now that don't touch grass. I don't want to deter any more children from not touching grass. I want to go
Fair enough.
outside. I want to enjoy the flowers, and like, I want it to be
What
so far away from me, galaxies away, that it's not a problem
Mhm.
in my actual real life. I
I'm
want it
with
to
what
you.
freak
I'm
me out
getting from this
from
is
over there.
what I'm getting from this is we need more Scooby Doo. Is what I'm getting.
100%.
Absolutely
We need
not.
more,
Iconic.
We need more
Scooby-Doo.
Scavenger's Reign because
Well, yeah,
that is
I'll agree with
terrifying.
But Scooby Doo, we're over indexed on Scooby Doo at the moment. We've got thousands of
Yeah.
episodes.
No,
I like,
original Scooby Doo, not new Scooby Doo. What's new Scooby Doo? That's genre of Scooby Doo. We can have a million more for the rest of time.
I
But
think it's
Scooby
crossed
Doo
over
that's
with
out now,
Ninja
it's not the
Turtles.
same.
I'm sure Ninja Turtles are in Scooby Doo these days.
Everybody's in
So-
Scooby Doo these days. They did
Yeah, like-
movies with
Yikes.
Kiss and the Wrestlers and all these other.
Yeah, I
It's
thought,
so
wait,
strange.
in terms of the IP, they've kind of watered it down, but that's a
little
whole
bit.
different subject. But I've got an example of what I'm saying, and I know you all remember this scene at the end of Men in Black 1 where it zooms out, it goes, past the planets, past the solar system, and then it turns out there's just these aliens playing with marbles, and that's what the galaxy actually is. To me, that was
Your
terrifying.
spec.
Yeah, it stuck with me, and that's the best example
It's
I've ever
true.
seen of cosmic horror.
It's
It just
true.
it makes you feel so small, and like everything a bit nihilistic. But again,
Any
it's that-
biologist could tell you that that is real life. Right here, just looking small enough. We are that to something.
yeah, but that's what
It
makes it
exists.
so. That's what makes it so unsettling. It's because it's the curiosity gap of wait, are we really are not,
Top of the food chain?
yeah,
Absolutely not.
we're not the center of this whole situation we got
Mother
going.
Nature.
Yeah, we're just existing. That's it.
You get
yeah,
that
like-
feeling every
like
time you get on a
trying.
plane.
Trying. We're just existing in this thing, just floating around. We kind of know how it
We're
works.
We're a mosquito on the skin of Mother Earth, and that's all that we are.
I like that.
Facts.
interpretation.
Someday we will be.
If she
battered
wanted
off.
rid of us, we'd have been gone a long time ago.
Happens often, actually.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think our time is coming. I don't know if we're there yet, but I
Thank God, get me out of here.
Well,
just to
That's
bring the
it.
mood like really down.
yeah, I was gonna say that's
Be a
nice-
productive member of society.
Yeah, we can all
A
agree.
nice depressing twist for the end of the show.
Yeah, we
Happy
need to
Halloween?
steer away from the nihilism.
I like that you were just talking about how nihilistic it makes you feel, and we've gone too far now.
Yeah,
Uh,
you kind of like sent it home with the, it really matters, but you can try your best to be a productive member of society.
Time is precious. Enjoy it for what you've got. Live
Stay
it
away
to the
from
fullest.
Yeah.
Stay away from sewers. Don't go anywhere
Facts.
with no signal.
Don't go into the
Not
fire.
all
Make sure
clowns
you
are
always know where
cool.
your car keys are.
Wait, who thinks clowns are cool?
Not on this call, at least.
No,
Not it.
no, it's
Yeah,
not happening.
yeah. They've always been a bit creepy, but yeah, I think
You thank
we
Pennywise
covered
for that?
Pennywise. He's always going to get a mention.
I
Such an
think Ronald
Happy
McDonald for that.
Halloween.
Ronald McDonald is the creepiest clown.
Oh,
Fair enough.
that's
Fair
actually a good
enough.
point.
You want to feel scared? Watch The Purge.
Wow, that might be
Too
too
real,
real.
too scary.
It's almost
real.
too real. The Purge. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
we're trying to bring the mood up, Abby.
That's
But that's
I wouldn't survive 10 minutes of any purge.
complete breakdown of society. That's really scary. What you know?
Sounds
What? I'm
nice.
not even going to open that can of worms because what can you even do? You know, the government announces you got 24 hours, go crazy.
Yeah, I don't want to think
You
about
still
this.
got your
bro.
war
We're
bunkers.
really
Yeah.
getting into some territory I don't like.
Jamie, you're partly to blame.
I reject that. No, I do not accept that.
Not real, can't happen. Must be fake. Fake news. Don't know whoever told you that. It's not real.
Bury your head in the sand and pretend nothing is happening, and you're fine. Totally.
Sound advice.
It's always
Sound
ended
advice. And in terms of the writing tip, the best way by consensus is a combination of the two. Physical barrier, maybe the non-physical barrier is guilt. We mentioned like from Ghost, it's love, it's something beyond the person, and that's always really compelling. So I would just say we need to see a lot more of that from future writers, screenplay, just creators in general, really. Because horror, I still feel there's room for growth in the genre. We haven't seen all we need to see, like you said earlier, Jamie. People go through things that we haven't seen yet because it takes such a long time for it to form into a compelling idea. So yeah, we just want to see a bit more of that.
Please just make new stories. Please don't make an 11th Saw film. As you can tell, I've not watched any of them, but nobody wants them. Just think of something new,
Can I
please.
tell you guys? I have literally just heard so my neighbors are big Halloween people, and I've just heard children screaming as they've just gone through whatever is going on over there.
Oh,
It's really
beginning.
scared me for a second.
Yeah,
God.
and again, it just got too real.
Is your house on a graveyard?
It-
Do you know?
Don't even say that. It's not even funny, man. It's not even
Oh,
funny.
graveyard? Is there a graveyard within 500 feet?
If
When was the
there
last
is,
time
I'm
you got
gonna-
your ghost detector out?
I
Your
don't
last
like
Ouija
this.
board?
I don't like this. I don't like this. Is becoming too real to me, man.
Oh yeah, we're just coming up on time, and we'll be back next week. Take care.
Follow
Good.
ML Remy on YouTube and follow Curify Studio on LinkedIn. Thank you all.
Thank you all for joining.
Cool.
Take
Good
care.
to talk
Take
to you
care.
guys.